Yeah, that's fine. Okay, next. I have no idea what this does, so I'll just start with the MP project for now. This is to add existing VHDL files that you already have, so since we're starting from scratch and won't have to add anything. This is where the development platform will vary, depending on what development platform you have. As I mentioned, I have this GEDC2766 development platform, so I'm going to choose the FPGA options that this development platform contains. So if you have a different development platform from the one I'm using, just look at the FPGA and the model number, the device number and everything, and just make sure you select your options here. Otherwise, besides this, the rest of the tutorial will be exactly the same. You don't have to have my same development platform that I have. So my family is the Cyclone 4. Just going to use this guy. So it looks like it's this guy. And this is if you want to use other tools other than, I think, the default ones that are given to you. And kind of another tip is, if you made a mistake on the device that you're using, just right-click here and select device, and then you can reselect what FPGA you're using. Okay, so we have this project all set up. Here I'm just going to make a multiplexer with one select line, and there will just be two separate 2-bit inputs to the multiplexer with a 2-bit output. So I'm going to go new VHDL file. And it's going to be this guy. It's not under the files. I think you have to save as, so it's going to save your VHDL file here. Okay, so I'll just keep it the name of the project. So to start off, I need to set the libraries. Library IEEE use IEEE standard logic 1164 entity, which is I think it has to be the name of this file itself. The name of the file is FPGA.lk is. So this is going to be where you list out your ports. Okay, so here's my port. I'm just going to use the first 5 switches on my board. So switch, which is an input. This is standard logic vector. And that's going to be 4 down to 0. And then I'm going to use the red LEDs. I have green LEDs and I have red LEDs. So I'm just going to use the red LEDs of the input and the green LEDs of the output. So like I said, this is going to be the status of the input to the multiplexer. So I just need a 4-bit slide bus here. The reason why I have a 5-bit slide buffer switches is 2 for first input, 2 for second input, and a 5th for the select line. LDG green out, and that's a standard logic vector. And this is just going to be 1 down to 0 because this is the output of the multiplexer. And just get rid of the semicolon because it's here. Now, architecture behavior begin. I'm not sure if I'm going to need signals for this logic, so I have a process, and that is dependent on the switch. Begin the process. End process. I also need to end the behavior. I started the process here with switch in the sensitivity list. That means that this process will start based on the switch. So if the switch changes, this process will get executed. So if switch 4 is high, then in software you might be used to using a double equal sign for if conditions, but VHDL is just 1. Okay, so I'm going to make a signal here to basically act as a buffer between the green LEDs and this logic here. So I'll do LDG green. We'll get assigned the signal that I'm making, which I'm going to call M out. So I need to create the signal up here. So signal M out is a standard logic vector, and that's going to get assigned to the LDG green, which is why I'm going to make it also 1 down to 0. And also notice that you don't put input or output for the signals. That's because signals, they're neither inputs nor outputs. They're just they're kind of variables in a sense. They're within this module. They're neither an input or an output. So now I have that signal set up. So I'm going to take signal M out, and I'm going to assign it the input of switches 1 down to 0. So basically I'm going to take the 0 in the first switch. So that's going to be my first input. Also, that's M out. Switches 3 down to 0, or 3 down to 2. So, I'm not sure if this makes sense, but basically it's, I have 4 3, 2, 1, 0. So this is the select switch. This is input 2, this is input 1. And yes, I think that's it. So to compile, you can either go here, you can say, yes. Also need to add, I forgot, I'm going to put the switch inputs to the red LEDs. What is going on here? Oh, yeah, obviously, I don't have a condition here. For some reason, I was thinking that this was already else. And then, this is still wrong, too. Okay, so you can see compilation was successful. One thing I forgot to do, though, pretty important. This was something I talked about in my first lesson video, but in for Xilinx, there's something called a user constraints file, which basically maps the pins on your FPGA to the peripherals on your board. And Altera has similar things. It's for it's called a QSF file, and it does the same exact thing. It just tells Quartus, because Quartus just deals with your FPGA. It doesn't know what your development board is. So you need a QSF file to tell Quartus what switches, specifically pin-wise, and LDG, or the LEDs, red and green LEDs. It doesn't know where those are mapped to and what pins. So let me find that for a second. I keep forgetting where that is. I have the DE2. This board is, the board that I have is directly from Altera, so I think I can find it from here. But if you got your board, if you got your development board from somewhere else, then you need to get the QSF file from that supplier that sold you that board. But in this case, Altera made the development board that I'm using, so that's why I'm looking on Altera's website. Here's it. This is the board. It usually has it on the product page. Okay, so here it is. See it at the bottom of the page. So the Quartus settings file with pin assignments. Okay, so this is what it looks like if you expand it. And I'm just going to explore this really quick. So if you look up SW for switches, you see it's got all these switches here. It has the 7. I have 18 switches on this board, and that's why it shows all these switches. And so, and this is the pins on the FPGA that this is connected to. So what this file does is it just tells Quartus this pin is switch 0. So if the developer mentions switch 0, then that means they want to use this pin. So let me go back, save link. Okay, so now I got that. So what you need to do in order to incorporate that QSF is go to assignments, import assignments, and grab that guy. Okay. Yeah, and now all this went question mark again because you need to compile it with this netlist in mind. We'll start over. Okay, so it compiled successfully. All that's left now is to flash it to the development board. So use program device. Like a hardware setup. I don't know why it's not appearing here. Here you should be seeing the USB blaster. I think I know how to fix this though. Device manager. Okay, so you can see in other devices it has USB blaster here unknown. That's really annoying because I thought when I installed the drivers that this would install. Just right click on that